It's the Headmaster Autobots.
Incredible!
Yes, the driver of the vehicle actually becomes the head of the robot.
Headmaster Transformers, for much more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Each Headmaster Autobot displays a readout of its power. Nothing's better than going to battle with Headmaster Transformers, sold separately from Hasbro.
All right, in today's video, we are taking a look at the Walmart exclusive Transformers G1 reissue / remake / repaint Headmaster action figures. These things are a little bit peculiar, a little bit different than the normal thing that we've seen from Walmart and Hasbro as of late, because technically these aren't G1 reissues. The G1 packaging is, for the most part a reissue, but the figures themselves are actually all repaints of Titans Returns figures. But we've got Headmaster Hardhead with Duros, we've got Mindwipe with Vorath, Chromedome with Stylor, and we've got Brainstorm with Arcana. Now these are actually relatively reasonably priced in my opinion, slightly different than the other releases we've got in the past. So these are all $19.99 a piece, at least that's what they rang up for me in my local Walmart store. I'll put product links down in the video description box below if you want to go out hunting, finding these yourselves. They are going in and out of stock online, but let's just go ahead and talk about the figures. So right out of the gate, we can tell that the G1 packaging, they did an absolute amazing job recreating that. We've got the old school Hasbro logo down here, so that's a nice little touch. But if you've ever seen a G1 Transformers package, then you'll immediately recognize these. Obviously, we are a little bit Autobot heavy as opposed to the Decepticons, because we only get one Decepticon in this wave and 3 Autobots, but I'm okay with that. I mean, I think they do a great job with this. But looking at the packaging again, on the side, we've got our glam shot of them in robot mode, as well as their vehicle / transformation, what do you want to call it, animal mode for Mindwipe, because he's a freaking vampire bat. We've got the beautiful top fin there with the Transformers logo, both in Autobot and Decepticon colors, as well as, our very simplified transformation little breakdown. Obviously, these take a little more than 4 steps, but you get the gist. And then on the back, all 4 of them have the exact same awesome old school G1 1987 Space War, where we got Scorponok versus Fortress Maximus, and of course they all have their own unique tech specs on the back. Now if you're an in-the-box collector and you're looking for shelf space, these are 8 inches tall at the top of the fin and 9 inches wide. So keep that in mind if you're looking to store these in the package on a shelf somewhere. They are all identical in size and shape, and they all have a brief little, summarization, legal jargon, all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, everything is the same across all of these packaging wise. If you've seen G1 packaging, you've seen it all. But let's go ahead and get these guys out of the box and check them out in their robot form as well as their vehicle form. All right, first things first, when you open up the package, you are obviously greeted with your transformation instruction booklet showing you how to transform them between vehicle and robot mode. Like I mentioned previously, since these are not the G1 reissues, so to speak, as far as actual G1 product and molds and everything, we are not actually applying any stickers to these figures, since these are Titans Returns repaints. So these are the exact same figures of the Titan Returns previous releases. So if you already have those, technically you don't need these unless you're a sucker for the G1 packaging like I am. However, no application of any stickers whatsoever on these products, which is a pro and a con depending on your perspective. But let's go ahead and check out our first little Headmaster here. We've got Arcana. These are very, very tiny, literally right at about 1 inch. They do have limited points of articulation, which is funny and nice at the same time. The shoulder is on a ball joint, so you can move the arms up and down and outwards just a little bit. The head does rotate left, right, spins all the way around 360 degrees. The legs are fused together at the feet, but there is a hip and knee joint, so to speak, so you can raise the legs and put them into a little seated position. All of the Headmasters have the same articulation and parts of, mobility, so to speak, so you can pose them and move them and fuse them and just do all the exact same things with all 4 of them. So we get the little nice details of the face, and of course we actually have the robot mode faces on their backs. So set Arcana aside, and let's check out Brainstorm. So we got this bright teal color, for the main part of the spaceship. We've got a yellow translucent lens for the cockpit. The wings, you can fold them up, have that more, aggressive styling. You can fold them down. We have the Autobots logo there, of course, but we've got a much more, you know, sleddish appearance once you fold the wingtips down like that. And there is the gun accessory for when this is in robot mode. You can technically throw it here on the side, but to me, it just looks weird because you only get one gun, so the symmetry is really off once you just have one blaster on one side. So I wish they would have had two guns, but you know, I understand why they didn't. It's just not really accurate to the releases. But as far as the Headmaster, we can open up the cockpit there, get them all situated, their feet down, put them in the cockpit, and there you go. We've got our Headmaster inside Brainstorm. Overall, pretty excited to have this. Like I said, sucker for the G1 packaging. We got the rolling wheels on the bottom, so you can slide this along on an even surface, no problem. But let's go ahead and move on to, let's go to Hardhead. So Hardhead, obviously, tank mode. We've got tracks on the bottom, translucent orange wheels. So we got one wheel there, and then a set of wheels up here in the front. Again, easily slides on a flat surface as I inadvertently run over my Headmaster. Headmaster here, of course, we've got Duros, same articulation as before. We got various different ways we can put Duros inside of Hardhead. So the obvious choice would be this little cockpit here, folds up there. Again, seat him down, and voila, he is, you know, situated inside the cockpit, again with that translucent shield. Or we can take him out, put that back down. We can put this gun here. So we've got double the firepower. However, before we do that, we're going to open up this kind of secondary canopy, and we can put our Headmaster sitting right there. Let's get his arms out. Yeah, want him firing this cannon. Then we can place the gun there. See his arms situate, line up. We can raise this up. It does come out. We have this nice little movable peg, slides left and right. There we go. We now have our Headmaster looking all BA, firing multiple cannons in this tank mode. So very, very cool. Next up, we of course have this beautiful little race car. We've got Chromedome. Now, aptly named Chromedome, there's not a whole lot of chrome on this vehicle. In fact, there's nothing really. There's a couple of silver paint hits there. Of course, we've got our Autobots insignia. The wheels themselves are like a brownish color to match kind of the front of the car. We've got a beige khaki color on the back end side, a muted red, not exactly fire engine red or anything like that, more of a, closer to maroon, translucent plastic, which is an interesting choice. So we got translucent wheels. Me personally would have preferred black, but you know, it is what it is. We can also do various things with our Headmaster. Looking at Stylor, again, same articulation, everything before. Break his legs up there, seated position, open up this cockpit, and of course, set him in there in a typical vehicle fashion, or my personal favorite way to display the Headmaster. Let me get this back in there. So we're going to take one gun. We've got two notches here on the bottom. I'm going to line it up on the top here. I'll get the second gun, place it here in the front as I snap it off inadvertently. My bad. There we go. So now we got double cannons. Get Stylor's arms out, situate him in there, and there we go. Looking fierce. Double cannons riding on top of the rooftop. Very cool. This is my personal preference as far as displayability, especially in vehicle mode. The robot modes are awesome, but this looks pretty cool in my opinion. And of course, my absolute favorite of this line is Mindwipe, frickin' vampire bat. How could you not like this? I'm always rooting for the good guys, but when you got awesome figures like Mindwipe and Soundwave, it's hard not to be a fan of the Decepticons. So the wings do have multiple points of articulation. They can rotate up. Each section can fold. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 points, you know, to where you can bend the wings and manipulate them. They also are on this hinge there, so you can bend it up, swivel, rotate 360 degree. You got secondary wings back here in the back. Those flange up and down. The head rotates up and down, of course, to allow you to transform into robot mode. But this thing, I mean, this is an awesome, awesome figure in every sense of the word. It's a vampire bat robot. I mean, what more do you want? And for storage, we can pop open this little front compartment there on Mindwipe, get Vorath, see if we can fit him in there. There we go. Sits there right in the chest, close up, and we are good to go, all stored away. And it does come with a little shield accessory, some silver paint accents for the cannons there, and of course, speaking of cannons, we do have a hand cannon that can be put in the hand once Mindwipe is turned into his robot mode. And speaking of robot mode, let's go ahead and transform and see what these guys look like in their robot forms. Now that they are all transformed, let's check out Brainstorm. So the Headmaster head does fit nice and snug, still able to rotate it around, pivot, all that kind of stuff, so that's nice. The guns, everything, the joints on this one feel good, not too loose, not too tight. I don't feel like I was going to break anything transforming it. Very simple transformation, in my opinion. Probably the easiest one out of the four. Next in line would probably be Hardhead, and then Chromedome, and then lastly Mindwipe. I think Mindwipe's probably the most difficult transformation, again, at least in my opinion. But overall, I think they did a great job on Brainstorm. Great looking figure. Again, this is technically the reissue of the Titans Returns figure. So again, if you already have it, you don't technically need this because it's just a repaint in G1 packaging. But again, I'm a sucker for that G1 packaging. So let's check out Chromedome. Again, I wish these were black instead of that translucent gray, but overall, I'm still happy with this figure. The guns look fantastic on here. Again, joints on this one was good. Head, pivots, fits in there nicely, nice and snug. Knee joints, everything didn't feel super loose. Stands very easily on his own. Nice Autobot insignia. Let's move on to Mindwipe. So Mindwipe was probably the most difficult transformation. Again, in my humble opinion, it does have some cool accessories. We've got the shield. We do have the fangs that can, fold up and hide away should you wish to do that. I personally will keep them sticking out like that just because, it looks more mean and aggressive. We've got the nice blaster cannon there. We got the wings on the back. Vampire bat head just sitting there chilling in the back there. Headmaster head, again, nice and snug. Didn't have to worry about loose joints on this one. The legs are a little suspect just because they seem to be off kilter just a bit. But overall, very happy to have Mindwipe, and I'll personally probably have him in Vampire Bat mode just because it looks so demonic and ferocious. And then lastly, we've got Hardhead. Hardhead had the loosest joints out of all of them. I don't know what's going on with him, but his legs and hips in particular were very loose right out of the package. This is before I ever transformed him, the wheels and everything, his tracks, so to speak. Everything just felt super loose. Now, I do like the intricate details on this figure. We get these nice little treads for the tracks and everything. And he is a good looking figure, but overall, like, you see the cannon there just bouncing around. It's very loose. Like, I don't know what it is about the pins or something like that, but this up here in particular is very loose, and then his hips are very loose for me. But he does manage to stand on his own, which is, all I could really technically hope for as far as posing and everything. He does look awesome with these dual cannons and the guns and everything. So, in a nutshell, I am excited to have these. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the G1 packaging every single time. I do wish they were the original G1 figures, like we've kind of got the original molds being reused. I am happy to see the price come down on these, so to speak. So like we had the Optimus Prime Walmart reissue that was $49.99 and didn't even come with a frickin' trailer. These at the $20 price point, given that they are the Titans Returns, repaints, so to speak, in that G1 packaging, I'm okay with that. Would I prefer the original G1 molds? Yes, but I'm okay adding these to my collection again because the packaging absolutely brings me home, brings me those nostalgic feelings and those warm, fuzzy Saturday morning cartoon feels that I had growing up. Anyways, I'll put product links down in the video description box below. If you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit that like button. Share this video with your friends if you found the information helpful. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. It really means a lot.
Transformers.